The racing world wasn't ready for this. Kyle Busch, a legend who dominated tracks for nearly 2 decades, was supposed to keep racing forever. But his story took a heartbreaking turn that nobody saw coming. Just days before everything changed, he was still preparing for racing, still showing up, still behaving like the champion everyone knew. Yet somewhere deep inside his body, something terrifying was already unfolding. And when the full details of what happened finally emerged, family statements, medical records, emergency call information, the NASCAR community realized they had lost someone irreplaceable. The facts from that emergency response paint an incredibly disturbing picture. Kyle was gasping for air, his body burning with fever and coughing up blood before his complete collapse. Hospital teams fought to bring him back. They worked tirelessly to reverse what was happening to him. But despite all their efforts and expertise, his condition deteriorated rapidly. The truth about what really killed one of racing's greatest competitors has finally been made public. Here's what we need to understand. What caused Kyle Busch to collapse that day? What did his family reveal about his final moments? What did the medical team discover was actually killing him? Why did the NASCAR world react so shocked to how quickly everything unfolded? Watch until the very end, because the medical facts surrounding Kyle Busch's emergency and his passing are heartbreaking beyond measure. Before we start this story, if you're someone who follows NASCAR closely and appreciates in-depth coverage of major events in racing, hit that subscribe button right now. We're building toward 5,000 subscribers, and we'd love for you to be part of our growing community. Like this video, leave a comment below with your thoughts, and share this with other racing fans who care about these stories. Now, let's explore what really happened. The entire racing community is still struggling to process this, because nobody anticipated that Kyle Busch, an icon known for his incredible toughness and relentless competitiveness, would be taken from us so suddenly at just 41 years old. When initial reports surfaced that Kyle had been admitted to a hospital with a serious medical condition, fans were in disbelief. Many assumed it was temporary. Many believed he'd return to racing soon. The idea that this could be permanent felt impossible. The days leading up to his hospitalization revealed a troubling pattern. On May 10, Kyle Busch was competing at Watkins Glen International, one of the sport's most physically demanding road courses. During the race, he communicated with his pit crew requesting medical assistance. He described his situation as a sinus infection that was being aggravated by the intense gravitational forces the course demanded. It seemed routine, it seemed manageable. Drivers race sick all the time. Everyone assumed this was just another example of his warrior mentality. By May 15, Kyle Busch had secured a victory at the Craftsman's Truck Series event at Dover Motor Speedway. Standing in victory lane, he should have been celebrating without worry. But during the post-race interview, something he said now carries heartbreaking weight. "I'm still not feeling right. The coughing I've had all week has been really intense." He acknowledged being ill, yet he still found victory that day. That's the Kyle Busch everyone knew, a driver with 234 career wins across multiple series, the highest total any driver has ever achieved. Champions don't sit out, they don't rest, they compete. Just 4 days later, on May 17, the NASCAR All-Star race took place. Despite his obvious health struggles, Kyle Busch was there again. He finished 17th in the competition, but the significant detail is that he never sat out. He kept pushing, he kept racing. His philosophy was simple. May 10, competing while sick. May 15, still sick but victorious. May 17, still racing. Nobody understood that beneath the surface, something sinister was developing. What appeared to be a manageable respiratory irritation was silently transforming into a life-threatening medical emergency. Everything changed on Wednesday, May 21. Kyle Busch arrived at the Chevrolet Simulator facility in Concord, North Carolina for preparation work. He was doing what he always did, getting ready, staying sharp, preparing to compete in the Coca-Cola 600 that was coming up. He didn't know this would be different. What happened next revealed just how serious his condition had become. The 911 emergency call that was placed that afternoon contained descriptions that showed how severe the situation was. The dispatcher heard, "I've got someone here struggling to breathe, extremely hot, feeling like they might lose consciousness, and bleeding from their mouth while coughing." The caller requested that emergency vehicles arrive without sirens. Kyle Busch was found on the bathroom floor, conscious but in extreme distress. His physical body was failing him in real time. The progression happened with shocking speed. 6 days earlier, he'd celebrated a race victory. 3 days before that, he was still competing. Now, he couldn't breathe properly and was coughing up blood. Charlotte Hospital received him immediately. Medical professionals began intensive treatment. They spent hours attempting to stabilize his condition. Doctors exhausted their expertise trying to stop the cascade of medical problems. But his infection had progressed beyond the point where intervention could reverse it. Following the tragedy, Kyle Busch's family released an official medical statement. Dakota Hunter, representing Kyle Busch Companies, revealed after medical examination, the doctors concluded that severe pneumonia advanced into sepsis, causing rapid deterioration and severe organ complications. The cause was publicly identified as severe pneumonia that evolved into sepsis. Here's what most people don't understand about sepsis. It's not simply a bad infection. Sepsis represents the body's catastrophic immune response to infection, where the immune system doesn't just fight the infection, it attacks the body's own systems. Inflammation spreads throughout every system. Clots form at the microscopic level. Vessel integrity fails. Organ systems shut down progressively. The timeline demonstrates the horrifying speed of this medical crisis. May 10 respiratory illness, May 15 racing while coughing, May 17 competing again, May 21 life-threatening emergency, May 22 his death. Only 11 days separated a manageable sounding cold from a fatal chain of complications. The family's statement included, "The Busch family requests respect for privacy during this challenging period." They offered no additional detail. This raises difficult questions that the racing community has been avoiding. Why would Kyle Busch continue racing while clearly unwell? The answer lies in how professional motorsports operates. Brad Keselowski, a fellow top-level driver, provided crucial insight. In this sport, there's always someone waiting for your opportunity. The pressure to keep performing never stops. That competitive pressure is genuine. Sit out a race and someone replaces you. Your career standing drops. Your future becomes uncertain. Kyle Busch had built something extraordinary. 63 victories in Cup Series competition. National championships in 2015 and 2019. More total wins, 234, than any other driver in the entire history of the sport. He wasn't a person who took breaks. He wasn't someone who let physical limitations slow him down. His competitive instinct may have ultimately worked against him this time. Chase Briscoe, another driver, later characterized Kyle's passing as a significant warning for drivers who minimize serious health issues because they fear losing their professional position. It raises important questions about whether NASCAR culture inadvertently pressures drivers to race when they should be seeking proper medical care and rest. The reactions came swiftly once the news broke. NASCAR CEO Steve O'Donnell said, "Kyle Busch represents everything we value in this sport, incredible competitiveness and drive. I had hoped for many more competitive battles with him." Other drivers expressed their shock and grief. At Denny Hamlin shared, "He was among the greatest competitors I've ever faced. This is deeply tragic." At Joey Logano posted, "A fierce competitor and tough racer. Legend." At Dale JR wrote, "Still processing this. We battled hard on track, disagreed at times, but his abilities were undeniable. The racing community wasn't prepared to say goodbye to Kyle Busch. He was 41. He was winning. He was in his prime." Kyle Busch's influence on NASCAR is undeniable and lasting. The numbers tell part of the story. 234 wins across 3 racing series, 63 Cup Series victories, championships achieved in 2015 and 2019. His final winning moment came at Dover Motor Speedway on May 15 in the Truck Series. Nobody watching that race realized it would be his last victory. Kyle Busch was a divisive figure in racing. Some people loved his intensity, others disliked his aggressive approach, but nobody questioned his extraordinary talent and determination. He never backed away from confrontation. He was bold both on and off the track. He generated headlines, some positive, some controversial, but he was absolutely never forgettable. There's one specific aspect of his legacy that carries deep significance now. Richard Childress Racing made an announcement about his car number. The number 8 won't be reassigned to another driver. It's being held in reserve. Eventually, Kyle's son Brexton, currently 11 years old, will have the chance to drive that same number in professional racing. During the racing event that followed Kyle's death, every car competing in the field, all 39 vehicles, displayed a small black number H tribute on their machines. Significant questions remain unanswered. What precisely was communicated during that emergency response? Did Kyle Busch understand the seriousness of his deteriorating health? What made him continue racing instead of taking time off? Did his fellow competitors sense something was catastrophically wrong? Brad Keselowski later admitted, "I was aware something serious was happening, but I cannot discuss the specifics." He never clarified what he observed or why he didn't urge Kyle to get medical attention. The medical cause is established: severe pneumonia that transformed into sepsis. But the deeper narrative, the circumstances, the pressure, the rapid escalation from a minor cold to a devastating emergency, that's what the entire racing world is trying to comprehend. Kyle Busch forever altered NASCAR's trajectory. This loss might reshape how the sport views and manages driver health. His influence will endure long beyond today's news cycle. If you enjoy deep NASCAR analysis like this, you're going to appreciate what we have coming. Comment below and tell us what you believe Kyle Busch's greatest contribution to NASCAR truly was. Did his style of racing inspire you? Share this video with everyone who followed his career. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, now is absolutely the right moment. We're committed to bringing you the stories that matter, the big moments that define our sport, and the reporting you deserve. Subscribe today, engage with us in the comments, and become part of a community that genuinely cares about racing's biggest stories.